the fullest I've ever seen the lobby.
Yeah. Welcome back, everyone, to Arena the Contest here, Flanks '06 again. We're back in Tabletop Simulator. Today is a learn to play. Maybe I should be turning on my share screen here too. Um, so today we'll be going over the basics of playing Arena the Contest. We have quite a few people. I'm pretty impressed to see pretty good, strong showing of a lot of newer people and a couple more experienced members. We got Alex here from Boardgame Co. joining us. Thanks for coming.
Absolutely. It's a good excuse to play Arena again.
Yeah, I know, right? There's always a good excuse to play Arena. Okay, cool. So, I believe you guys can all see you're in the game. We're all seeing the same thing.
Yes.
All right. You guys can all. All right. Just wanted to make sure. All right. So let's go over just the starting basics. So you guys probably already know, right? Arena of the Contest. Game of 1 to 8 players. Can be played PvP or PvE. So that is, player versus player, player against the environment or the campaign of the game. Today we'll probably be focusing more towards PvP. That way we can engage everyone that is here. And I think it's a little bit better for learning the basics. But anyway, so we'll get started. The basics to Arena. So I do have actually another video on this as well if you want to check it out on my channel, but we'll go over it today. So the first thing for Arena, I'd say, is you have two main things a character can do on their turn. On your turn, you'll be able to do a move action, which will be defined by the number of movement that your character has, which we'll get into later. And then you'll be able to do a prime action. A prime action can be a few different things. So prime action is either doing a primary attack. If you guys can see, I have the Qatar label here. A little tabletop simulator tip for you guys. If you hold Alt over a item in the game, like a card or the hero pad or even miniatures, you'll see a much bigger picture of it. So,
also, pro tip: if you use the scroll wheel, you can blow that picture up even more.
Yeah, there you go. So for people that are struggling with that. Anyway, so you can choose to do a primary attack, which is those gray skills. At the top, you can do a special attack, which is the gold colored items there. You can do a basic attack, which basically you're using this stat here, this yellow stat, of where you'll roll the dice, and if you meet the defense of the enemy, then you will be able to do that much damage for the attack. We'll talk more about basic attacks soon. And then you can choose to do a second movement. So if you've used all your movement, which for this character is 6 movement, you can decide to use a double move action, basically, to move 12 instead of just the 6. Obviously, then you won't be able to attack. You can also use a heroic action, which is a special card here. You'll see here's the stack of the cards and different types of things you can do. For all the heroic actions, you actually don't roll a dice at all. You'll just be declaring your heroic action, and you'll be able to do the effect without actually having to do any rolls or have vision or a certain range to it. The one requirement besides just the prime action is this important guy here. It's your special token. Your special token has to be special ready, once you do use a heroic action or a special attack, you have to flip that token, and that consumes it for that turn. So we'll talk more about how that flips back in the future. So let's go over the hero pad, because I think it's probably the most vital piece for playing the game here. So the hero pad we talked about, you have the primary attack, special attack, then you'll see that we have a line of stats. Obviously hit points, the amount of health your character has. The basic attack is what I described earlier, where you can make an attack. In this case, this character has a melee basic attack, which means he can attack another character, which I'll just pull one out real quick, that is 1 square away from him. When he makes this attack, he gains a bonus to his roll, which means that he will gain 1 additional, like essentially his dice will be a little bit better than what it should be. So in this game, let's say I'm going to do a basic attack here on Liana with Qatar. Liana has, I'll pull her card down so you guys can see that. Liana's defense is written right there, which is defense 7. So when I roll the dice, I have to meet at least a 7. In this case, I did a 5, but I'm doing a basic attack, which would be a 6. Obviously, that's still not enough, and that would be a miss. For basic attacks, you do not get residual damage, which is basically a way to do additional damage to the enemy when you make a miss, but that only applies for primary attacks and special attacks, but not basic attacks. All right, defense, which we basically described earlier, is a stat that's for each of the different classes, and you have to at least meet it. So it has to be a 6 or higher if you're going to hit Qatar versus like a 7 or more for Liana. The movement is the number of movement points you have. So one minor thing that people do miss in this game is movement points can be different than the number of movement squares you can make. So let me pull up an example here. We have Rokaru here, for example. If you look at his 10,000 Swords ability, you'll see that he has a benefit. It allows him to move up to 5 squares, and meanwhile he can strike a target. So don't worry too much about the benefit aspect, but focus on the fact that it says squares and not movement points. That's important to know, because in this game there is things like the portal, for example. A portal allows you to move through a portal. Let's say I'm Qatar here and I want to go through this portal. I have to use a movement point to go through the portal to go to the other side. I can't use a movement square to move through a portal. I have to use a movement point. But there is an advantage to a movement square versus a movement point. That is, there's other things in here, and I don't want to get too bogged down in some of these details, but there is stuff like, this is the same kind of thing in a lot of board games, right? Some kind of terrain that's more difficult, that slows you down, right? So normally if I was moving through like this ruin square, if I move into it, it would take 2 movement points. But if I had a benefit or something that let me move squares, then I just move through those two squares unimpeded. All right, so we'll not get too deep in the woods with that one. That covers the stats. I guess the one thing to note about stats is you'll notice at the top, right, we have all the different heroes that are currently in the game, and additionally we have Talessa, which is a hero that is part of the Dragon Collection. So if you haven't already seen the channel or noticed that before, this actually is a new character that is currently unreleased physically, but will be getting to your doors pretty soon. So each character is a part of a different class. So the Qatar character that I have here, you'll notice at the top left it says Brute, and it's a red color. So Brute's specialized in a lot of single, well, I'd say more melee focused, high damage type of abilities. They all play very differently between each of the characters that are within the class, but they all kind of form around that same kind of theme. We have the Tacticians, which are the orange guys. They're kind of like your melee characters that can do a lot of conditions, things to help their allies, support them, and kind of mess up the enemy at the same time. We have the Tanks, which is probably what you kind of expect from tanks in a lot of games, RPG type games. A character that will soak up a lot of damage, kind of support their allies, try to take off some of the damage or mitigate effects from other enemies. We got the Healer, very same kind of thing, very obvious of what they do, providing a lot of healing, health regeneration type support. Additionally, they have a lot of beneficial effects that they apply to their allies, and then some of them do have resurrection abilities. Then you'll see we got the Shooters, which are in blue. Shooters are all ranged, high damage type characters, so kind of the opposite of the Brutes, where instead of melee, they're all ranged. Then we got the Controllers. I kind of envision them as the opposite of the Tacticians, where they're ranged enemies that provide a lot of support and damaging effects to enemies. So, for example, you see like Katarina here at the top. She has like Blood Curse, so she has an ability to put a cursed condition on an enemy, which we'll talk about later, which basically means you roll twice and you have to pick the worst result. So disadvantaged for most people that understand that. Then we got the Bruiser class. So the Bruiser here is kind of your I don't know, I'd say they specialize in a lot of different things. So each of the Bruisers are very unique. For example, like Askren here, he's actually extremely strong healer and supportive type character. But basically, these are the type of guys you can put on the front line that can do some support, but can also do pretty good damage too. So Veneris, for example, he is probably the highest damage bruiser because he can death sentence, for example. He can kill a target that is low at 20 health or less, and then do an additional 20 damage to another enemy within 5 squares, which is pretty devastating. All right, and then this last lineup here is the Special class. Basically, Special class is the one class that isn't basically themed around one item. Each character is individual. They all have different stats. They have different ways that they can be utilized. They're just, special. So you kind of have to get a little bit more knowledge of the game, I'd suggest, before jumping into maybe playing a special class, just because it is a little harder to understand for somebody that's just jumping into the game to begin with. But all the characters that are in a class all have the exact same stats. So if you are using, like we're using Qatar, for example, if you're playing a PvP match and somebody else has, let's say, I don't know, Count Blake, for example, on the enemy's team, you already know his stats. They're the exact same as you, so you don't need to guess as to what it is. It's not going to be different. They did this on purpose for simplicity and make it a lot more straightforward to do. So, okay, so that is characters, classes, movement, prime actions. Let's talk about the one part on the hero pad that I didn't discuss, which is also tied into those same things we just discussed, is the passive. So if we look back here at the Qatar card, you'll notice that he has a passive called Brutality. What it does is the trigger is hitting a target that isn't adjacent to any of your allies, and it has to be on the first hit of your turn, and the effect is that target will take 4 additional damage, essentially. So if Qatar is here, there's nobody of his allies around, and I make, let's say, my Mighty Blow type of attack, then I can apply this additional effect in this order of saying Brutality is now applied, and then I go and do the hit damage, which for Mighty Blow is the 14 if I didn't take the benefit. So basically, it's a good way to, I'll say, this is going to be the biggest part for new players that you're often going to forget. But I will say it's one of the most defining aspects of not just that character, but also people, like when you get into the competitive scene of somebody that's becoming a lot more skilled with the game will definitely remember to use those because they do add up. 4 damage may not seem like a lot, but once you've gone through all of your characters a number of times, that adds up actually pretty quickly and can make the difference. We did actually in our tournament that we just completed, we did have one match that if the player had remembered his Brutality, he actually would have won, and he ended up losing. Okay, so let's just stop here for a second. So any questions or anything you guys have so far?
Generally, when would you ever do a basic attack besides reaction?
Versus a reaction or
I'm just like,
primary?
when would you ever do that?
So
Where it's so much weaker than the primary.
yeah, well, actually, I'll let Tyson describe that one because I think he effectively utilized that in our tournament recently.
Yeah. So most of the time, basic attacks don't get used. It's super rare. There's a couple people that are able to make basic attacks at the end of their turn, like Jorana and Liana. But really, the only time that you would actually spend a prime action to make a basic attack is if you have an opponent that is low enough health that you will kill them with your basic attack. Or, like, for instance, if you are playing a brute and you have your passive ability that gives you a +4 damage if there's no allies adjacent, that would be like 12 hit points or less. It gives you a higher opportunity to be able to hit. I mean, it's a 5% increase in your chance to hit with that +1 roll. So really, it's when you have a low HP opponent that you're just trying to take out and make sure that you land that hit.
Yeah.
Now, Qatar is probably a bad example of that because he has like Mighty Blow that gives you a +2 instead of a +1, so that would be better to take. But a lot of the characters don't have an ability that gives them a +1 to their or +2 to their attack. So
yeah. So a lot of the times in this game, you really want to try to set yourself up to be able to make those hit by either gaining those bonus to your rolls or positioning type things, which I'll discuss later, which are kind of more advanced rules of using focus or mobbing a character, and that will allow you to get a better chance to make your hit. So yeah, anyway, though I think that answers your question, right? Okay. I guess one other minor note about the basic attack too is which I didn't say, but I'll just mention it real quick. There is an advanced rule called reaction attacks in the game. When you make a reaction attack, it will be using that basic attack stat for the amount of damage that you do. So, and like I said earlier, right, the stats are different between each character or each class. Anything else? All right. So, I don't know how much you guys want to go into advanced rules. I'll just explain what they are, and then you can always choose to use them or not, which is probably the most important part. So there are a set number of advanced rules. Like I said, you don't have to use these if you don't want to, but it does bring up the tactical depth of the game pretty significantly if you do use them. So I do suggest it, but you know, if you're already feeling overwhelmed, don't worry about it. So the first thing is reaction attacks. Basically, reaction attack is a way to try and punish your enemy for moving out of an adjacent square from you. So, or yes, let me clarify this. So if you've played like D&D, if you haven't noticed already, a lot of these rules are very similar to or have certain similarities to D&D. This is kind of similar to it, but a little bit different. So reaction attack, for example, if you look back here at Liana and Qatar, let's say it is Liana's turn. She wants to move into a different position. Let's say she wants to move away from Qatar. If she moves away from that, she will suffer a reaction attack from him, which means he'll roll the dice. And he'll be able to do that damage on his basic attack if he's successful. If not, then he won't do any damage. Liana actually can do something different to prevent that from happening. She can do a sidestep, which will consume all of her movement points, but she will not incite a reaction attack. So that is a way to try to mitigate that. Another thing to note that is different from D&D, if you decide to move from here to here, that does still count as inciting a reaction attack, which is different from D&D, which you actually have to like move out from adjacent. It's just moving out of a square that is already adjacent is what incites one. A thing also to note, which is kind of a minor thing, but I'll just mention it anyway, is if you are successful on your reaction attack, you actually do reduce the movement points by 1 of the target. So if Qatar was successful, then Liana won't be able to move her max 6. All right, so that is one way to use some advanced rules for additional positioning in the game. There's one other item that does incite reaction attacks, which is important to talk about. So Juliet here is a ranged character. Juliet only has ranged attacks. If Juliet decides to either attack Qatar or, let's say Liana is on Qatar's team in this example, if she decides to make a ranged attack from where she is now, she will incite a reaction attack as well. So she
That'd be stacked if there's more than one person? Like if there are 2 enemies next to her, if they both get reactions?
Exactly. Yeah, so if Juliet decides that she's going to attack Liana, for example, then Liana and Qatar both get to do reaction attacks against her first. So that can make the difference too. We did have one time in this last tournament too, where somebody tried to make an attack and then they got reaction attacked from and actually got killed before they could finish their attack.
By 3 people.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. Anyway, so that is reaction attacks. It is an important part of the game. I think if you can at least get this one rule in is probably a good start for the game. These other ones that I'm going to go over are important as well, but this brings a lot more tactical depth to the game than even these next rules will be. So, where is the quick guide? Maybe I think it's over here. Oh, here it is. You will find, by the way, if you receive your game, if you have the physical part of the game, or you're just looking in Tabletop Simulator, it's always on the front here. But this is actually in the physical box as well. You get this quick start guide that will explain all the rules to playing the game, so you don't have to sit around and watch my whole video again. Anyway, so we'll talk real quick. I'm probably spending way too much time on this, but things like mob and focus are ways to increase the chance to be able to hit a enemy. Focus is going to be something for ranged characters, essentially, to be able to make somebody exposed. And mob is positioning 2 of your allies in a area around an enemy where they can't defend themselves. That will make that character exposed. So we can talk about that more later. But those are 2 pretty important rules as well for learning the full rule subset. All right, so let's talk about, I think I talked a little bit about special actions, or the special token, and I just want to talk about that again real quick. So I mentioned earlier, if you used either a special attack or a heroic action, or first aid, which a lot of people don't actually use that much. That is kind of another optional item there. But I'd say heroic action and special attacks are probably the main uses you're going to get of this. So let's say Qatar decides that he's going to use barbaric rage. He's going to flip his special token. He's going to declare as a target. He's going to roll the dice to determine if he hits or not. Let's say real quick that Qatar actually misses the target and doesn't make his attack. Well, we'd be like, oh, well, how much residual does he do? Well, this is kind of the important part of the cards. I think one of the cards fell through the table. There it is. You'll notice that the miss is written on these cards. The cards actually provide more information than what's written on the hero pads. So if you're playing either the real game or tabletop simulator, it's a good way to check these 2, just to make sure that you're getting everything. But anyway, let's say you miss in our example. You'll notice that it says miss, target takes 15 residual damage. All specials all have the exact same residual, and all primaries have the exact same residual. I think there's one exception, which is Rankier, who has some different things than that. But basically, every other hero has the exact same thing. 5 residual damage for primary attacks and 15 for special attacks. So even if you do miss those, really strong specials, you'll still get a pretty decent amount of damage, which obviously isn't as satisfying, but it's still very valuable. And it keeps your game running along, right? You don't want to be spending, hours and hours and hours playing this game because you keep missing. Okay. So anyway, Qatar here, he's done barbaric rage, and now he is going. It's not his turn. Let's say it's now the enemy's turn. It's this one right here. So then the enemy here, Rokaru, would do his turn, and the token will move now down to Liana. You'll notice that the token is still on the no special when it moves to Liana. It will stay that way for her turn, but at the end of her turn, it will flip back to special ready. And this will be the same case for PvE and PvP. That's how the game is always played, is a constant rotating of the special tokens. Yeah, any questions on what we've just covered? I don't think it's too bad.
Do you want to cover interrupts?
I'm going to wait on interrupts for a second. I do want to talk about benefits and effects real quick.
Yep.
All right, so benefits and effects. Let's look back here at Qatar. Qatar here has on Mighty Blow, he has a benefit that actually is a really good one. It says, before striking, you may declare a +2 bonus to your roll. If you do and the attack hits, the target takes -2 damage. So this is something that you decide before you actually make your attack. Basically, that will be something that's universal between all the characters. Whenever you see a type of a benefit, you use that before you actually make the attack. So in Qatar's example, he's just increasing his chance to hit. Let's look at an example of who's somebody that. Well, I think we were looking earlier at Rukaru here. So even though it's a special, same idea with benefits, is that he's moving 5 squares, and meanwhile he may strike each target twice at any time. So that allows him to move and attack up to 3 enemies. I guess that's probably something I should have already covered. You do have to, so the benefit you can just do, you don't actually have to fulfill the requirements. So let's say, I don't know, some crazy reason that you didn't actually want to make any attack with 10,000 swords. You don't have to. You could use that 5 movement and not actually attack anything. So you don't even have to fulfill the range 1 and up to 3 enemies. But generally, obviously, if you want to hit, you're going to need to fulfill those. So you'll notice that a sword is always used for 1 square away. Which of course, we've talked before, right? With like reaction attacks, that's 1 square away. Then you'll see like the spear, for example, that's a range 2 type of attack. So you can attack an enemy at range 2 away. And then, of course, range characters like Juliet has range 8 abilities. So that allows her to attack 8 squares away. And then it will say, of course, how many targets that you hit. There'll be characters like Winter's Breath, for example, on Juliet, where she actually just does a line. So she says where the line will be, and then anybody that is within that line of 8 squares will take the hit from her, which she'll have to roll for each enemy. Okay, so I think that's benefits and things that I guess probably vision and effects we need to talk about. Let's just go over effects real quick. Let's go back here to Qatar. Berserker Strike. He's 1 enemy away, or 1 enemy, 1 range away. He does his roll. He makes it. It's 13 damage plus the effect. The effect is he may move the target up to 2 squares. So you just do exactly what the card says in that order. So Juliet could be moved away, for example. One thing to note too, since we talked about reaction attacks earlier, is if you do a forced movement, you actually will not, like that character doesn't incite reaction attacks from forced movement. So that's one thing to keep in mind. I know a lot of newer players sometimes screw that one up. But yeah, you can't be forced into inciting a reaction attack. And then you'll notice the second thing is the target is exposed and it ends if used. So all of you guys should have at your tables the reference and rules, which people have been pulling out all over the board in a lot of different places. If you press the F key, you'll flip these little shorter rectangular boards around. You'll see on the back side is the condition page. The condition page is all the conditions that currently exist in the game. In this case, probably one of the best or a really good condition is the exposed condition. It takes -3 defense against enemy attacks. So basically you lower the defense of that enemy by 3. So Juliet, if she was hit by Berserker Strike, now you only need to hit 3 or more on your next roll. And in this case, for Berserker Strikes, it's an ends if used. So if somebody is successful, then the condition drops off after that attack hits, or after the next attack hits. So conditions are very powerful ways to do additional damage, increase your chance to crit or make somebody else miss, prevent somebody from doing side steps, or make them take more damage. So you can check out the condition sheet for more of that. Make sure to read all the way through. I will say probably the most missed condition is actually blessed and cursed. You'll notice that is a roll twice for blessed and use the best result. Only apply on primary attacks. This is the one almost everybody misses. If you're going to do a special attack, it does not count if you have blessed. It's only for primary attacks. Same thing, so there's a tile in the game called an altar. If you stand on an altar, for example, you gain that blessed condition for your character, which obviously gives you a better chance to hit, but it's only going to be while you're on there, and it only is for primary attacks. Okay, so we went effects and we covered conditions a bit. Any other questions on those items?
Yeah, I've got a question. You mentioned exposed, for example, that character would have a -3 defense against an attack.
Yep.
But it ends if used. Does that mean whether the attacking person misses or hits, it's just like it's there for one attack, or?
So, yeah, so are you reading from Qatar's sheet or are you reading from the condition sheet?
Condition sheet.
Okay. So, yeah, it says, so for example, with exposed, let's say Qatar has made Juliet exposed, right? Trying to think of someone, Zafara, I think she's a good example. So Zafara here has a ability called Hungry Spirits. And there's a few other characters that have these type of abilities. Basically multi-strike type of abilities. She can choose to attack the same enemy once, two different enemies once, or one enemy twice. So in this case, if Zafara is attacking Juliet, who is currently exposed, she would get the benefit that one time, once per turn. So she would get it for the first strike, and then if she striked her again, then the next time she would have to meet at least a 6. And then the whole condition is all like gone at that point. There is some characters and some ways to basically keep somebody exposed for like longer than one turn, and basically that's like a mob, which I didn't really describe, but it's about that positioning, right? And if that character stays in that spot, they'll be exposed that once per turn. Did that answer it? Maybe I got sidetracked.
It didn't. It confused me. Is she exposed for both of the two
No,
of the two strikes,
once.
or just the first of the two strikes?
Just the first.
And regardless of whether it hits or misses, that exposed expires after the
Exactly.
first strike.
Correct. Okay. So even that's a really good point to make. Even if you miss exposed, it's consumed. And similarly, if you look at the other side, right, because all the conditions have basically the opposite type of effect on the positive side. For protected, let's say one of your characters is protected, somebody misses their attack, protected is then consumed for that hit, basically. So even if somebody's going to do like a second strike, then you wouldn't get that benefit of +3 defense from protected. So I think that it got it now.
Yes.
All right, cool. All right. Let's see, what other things? Drawbacks. These are something that's a little more rare to see, but they do exist. Go up here, we see the Minotaur. How do you guys pronounce his name? I always find it funny.
Warlock.
Morlo.
I love hearing all the different versions.
Let's just call it Marlo.
Yeah.
Marlowe probably sounds, I think, best.
Yeah. So Merlot, the Minotaur, he has an ability called Reckless Blow. So you'll notice it has something called a drawback. A drawback is something that you do similarly. It's like a benefit before you do your actual attack. So in this case, he takes 3 damage before striking, but it can't lower his hit points below 1. So that's important because let's say the Minotaur is at like 1 health, for example. He can make that attack essentially with no drawback because he's already at the lowest possible health, and then he'd get to roll anyway. So you'll see that drawback's always on all interrupt type of abilities. So we'll go to over here in the tanks. Sir Eric, for example, he has a interrupt called Barrier of Light. So interrupts is a little bit more an advanced type concept, but it is still pretty fundamental to the game. It's a way to stop an enemy from making their attack by using your interrupt ability. So you're kind of like throwing off the turn order essentially for that one turn. So let's pull up an example here. So Qatar, he is going to make his Barbaric Rage on Juliet, let's say. And I guess I need to pull over his token. So it's interrupts are kind of funny because they can make like a character who doesn't really have any ranged attacks give them this ranged ability. So Sir Eric, for example, here, you'll notice it's a range 8. That's the same for all interrupts. They all have range 8. The thing that's different is that target. So for tanks, they all have one enemy making a primary attack versus other people have ones that are just an enemy making an attack. So his is a little bit special case, but I think you'll still get the same idea. So you do drawback of 10 hit points. So it's still pretty costly to use an interrupt. So basically what's happened is Qatar says, okay, I'm using Barbaric Rage. He flips his special token. Before he rolls, Sir Eric, who has to have a special action, I don't know where the token went. Oh, here it is.
He also wouldn't qualify because Barbaric Rage is the special.
Oh, yeah. You're right. Thanks for pointing that out. Okay, let's say he's doing Berserker Strike then, instead of that one. Sir Eric would say, hold on, I'm going to interrupt. He flips his special token, which he has to have to do it, and he has to meet the requirements. So within that range 8, which he is in this case, then what happens is Sir Eric rolls his dice. If he meets the defense of the person that he is interrupting or exceeds it, then he'll successfully interrupt. So in this case, I rolled a 19. So then you go through like normal. So he won't do actually any damage, but what he does is negate that target's attack. So Qatar will not be able to finish using Berserker Strike. And then he does the rest of the, Sir Eric does the rest of the effects. So then you or an ally within range regains 16 hit points. And then, so he'll apply that health to whoever it is that he wants to target with that. And then what will happen, so let's say, and this doesn't have to be on the order. This is the important part about interrupts. So let's say it's Qatar's, it was supposed to be, Rukaru's turn. It's supposed to be Rukaru's turn, right? but Qatar is making his Berserker Strike. Well, Sir Eric can say that he's going to do this interrupt, and it'll flip the token. And then let's say he's successful. He successfully interrupts Qatar. The next person, let's say it's Liana. Basically, it will end that attack. Qatar can still make a movement if he wants, but that will basically end his turn. And then it will continue on in the order that it should have been. So Qatar has now ended his turn, and now it'll be Rikaru who would take that turn. But he no longer has a special token available. Does that make sense? I probably explained that poorly.
The drawback happen regardless of whether Sir Eric hits or not.
Correct. And that's the case for all drawbacks. Same thing with benefits too. So even let's say Qatar. Well, it doesn't matter for Qatar because his Mighty Blow isn't a great example. Somebody that gets like a movement. Who's somebody that gets a benefit move? Oh, Ambush. This actually came up in the tournament as a question. So Mir the Assassin, she has a benefit move from Ambush that says she can move up to 3 squares after striking, but lose all movement points not spent this turn. Let's say Mir was making that attack, but she was interrupted by Sir Eric. She can still make that benefit move. So she's not impeded by that, but she doesn't actually get to do any of the hit or the effects from that ability. But like you were saying, with the drawback still happens. So if it was the Minotaur, it keeps throwing my cursor in the wrong spot. If the Minotaur was doing Reckless Blow, where he took that 3 damage, if he got interrupted, that 3 damage still happens. Okay. Any other questions on interrupts? Interrupts are a little funny. Like I said, it's a little more complex part of the game, but it's a good way to bring a lot of strategy to the game. It was utilized quite a bit in the tournament, so if you do get some time, check out any of the tournament videos or even the highlight video. I covered quite a few interrupts in the highlight video, so you'll see that same kind of thing. All right. I was just thinking there might have been one thing that I kind of overlooked, but I want to make sure I covered. In Arena of the Contest, you do your movement and then attack, or you do your attack and then your movement. You don't mix. So you can't, let's say, Liana, who has movement 6, is going to move. She can't do 3 movement and then stop and attack and then do 3 more movement. She's already finished. So it's make the move and then attack, or make the attack and then move. Cool. So I think we've actually covered quite a bit now. I mean, I think where we're at right now, it seems like a lot.
Because it is.
It is. It is. Yeah. I think the only thing that I'm looking right now, I'm just looking through some of the different hero cards, try to get a good idea of what things will come up for people, is a couple more unique type things. So let's talk about permanent effects. So for example, with Qatar's, right, we had, when he did Berserker Strike, he did that exposed, right? And that was ends if used. So that is a temporary effect. It applies for that one turn, whether somebody actually attacks that target or not. And this is another good reason to read your cards. because you'll notice at the very end of a card it says temporary, ends at the start of Qatar's next turn. So the card will then go back, and we do actually use the cards to track things in this game. So for example, if he was successful with Berserker Strike, he'd place it on Juliet's hero pad, and then if it's consumed, then it would go back, or if it's Qatar's next turn, then it would go back. That will obviously potentially be changing with condition tokens, which you don't, you can use those instead if you find that easier. But I personally like the cards. I don't think it's that difficult. But anyway, so temporary effects. So that's temporary. Exposed in that case is temporary. But let's look at Code's favorite character, Jorana. She has up here the tank. Amazon, she has a special attack called Lightning Reflexes. So once she does her attack, gets the damage, she'll get a permanent effect, which means that this will apply once per turn, every single turn. So it won't go away unless it's removed or she dies. So it says you may make a basic attack at the end of all your turns. So this is a great way to do even more damage with Jorana, and she's actually a pretty high damage tank character. So you'll do your attack like normal. Let's say like Dance of Steel or Whirling Strike like normal, and then you then get to do a single basic attack at the end of all your movement and everything. So permanents are very powerful in this game, but they can be removed. They can be traded essentially to the enemy team through heroic actions or some types of abilities that heroes have. Oh, you know what I probably didn't cover, which is actually really important. We didn't talk about vision. And this was like one of the things that confused me the most when I first started this game.
We also should talk about movement, like around walls and lava and things.
Yeah, we didn't have the board for it, so I'll place it here. Okay, so movement in the game. We just generally were talking about before. Now we're going to talk real world scenario. Qatar here, let's say he's wanting to move over towards this direction, right? He can't cut any wall corners like this. This is an invalid move. You have to move one up and one over, but you can't cut a corner like that. Same thing, similarly with lava tokens. If you enter a lava tile, you will take 4 damage. If you cut the corner of a lava tile, you'll take 4 damage. You can do that though. You can cut the corner, but you will take damage. And the way that vision is measured in the game is corner to corner. So let's say Juliet here is wanting to shoot at Qatar. She measures from the corner over to the corner, and if there's nothing impeding, and you can use any corner to validate it. So if you have at least one corner that meets it, then you can make the attack. So in this case, Juliet has this corner and this corner that both don't intersect a wall. So she can make that attack without not having vision, basically. So she was standing here. Obviously, she wouldn't be able to make the attack because she's intersecting this wall. Anything else on movement? I quickly talked about portals, right? You got to spend a movement point to go through a portal. When you go through a portal, you can choose to be on any of the opposing squares as long as it's open. If it's completely full, then obviously you can't teleport through. Altars make you blessed while you're on top of the altar. I will say that there was a minor rule change to this that technically, if you use an alter now, you suffer 3 damage when making your primary attack, but you're still blessed. You'll just take 3 damage when you do that. This
And
is
if you're standing on the altar, you have to take that benefit.
If you're making a primary, yeah. You can choose to do like a special attack or a basic attack, and you won't take that damage. Obviously, that's a new rule, so if you wanted to play with the version 1 rules where that doesn't exist, then you don't have to.
The only other movement-based thing I can think of is focus, since we talked about mopping.
Well, I didn't even really talk about mob and focus that much. Did you guys want to cover that as well, or would you rather split up and start actually playing the game?
Before we jump there, you also should mention that if you're on a portal and you go through with an enemy next to you, it does cause a reaction check.
Yeah, that's another newer rule there as well. Not super vital probably for these people, but yeah, that is true. If Qatar was going through the portal here, he would incite a reaction attack from Juliet.
Can you move through friends and not move through enemies?
Yes, correct.
Including cutting corners?
Yes. So, wait, what do you mean, including cutting corners?
You can cut the corner past a friend, but you can't cut the corner past an enemy, I assume.
Oh, no, you can. Yeah. So, let's talk about, like, let's say Qatar is right here. No, right here, for example. And he's wanting to just walk past Juliet. We're not going to worry about reaction attacks in this case. He can move here. There's no actual movement that's impeding him other than inciting a reaction attack. I think actually somebody recently had a case where they bring up, what was the example they used? So like in this case, obviously Qatar would not be able to walk this way, right? Because he's blocked by the wall. He could go around like this. I think someone had some case that for some reason they thought somebody was blocked if they did this kind of thing, but I don't think that's an issue either. Yeah. All right, you guys have any other questions? Sure, you're all super excited to actually play. So we'll split up into. Well, how many people do we have now?
We have 6. Well, unless there is one
1, 2, 3,
D2Z that just joined the chat, but he said he's just cool watching the stream.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I see 9 people.
Well, not counting me, you, and Code.
Oh. Yeah. So yeah, we'll break up into at least 2 groups. So Tyson and Code, you guys can take the other half of the group, and then we'll set up a game over here and get playing. We'll just do simple PvP match of 4v4. I think that should be good. So each team will be playing 2 characters each. Shouldn't be too bad. Okay, so yeah, anyway, you guys can move down. Tyson, why don't you create a second game and maybe just like Arena 2 or something? And so I'm just going to do it based on like the people that first messaged me about it. So Superfly, Jake, Alex, and who's the last person? Oh, it was Brett. Is he still? Yeah, he's still here. Yeah, you guys will be in my group, and then everyone else will join Tyson's match, which he's just typing in Discord right now as to what it is. Heroes is the password.
Yeah, it's Arena the Contest 2. And then Heroes with the capital H is the password.
And then we'll get started.
And we'll move
playing.
our voice chat into Battleground.
And I think you guys will have one extra person, so maybe just one of you guys sit out and just help with questions and stuff.
Sweet.
All right, thanks guys for listening. Hope I helped and didn't confuse you too much. There's a lot more details to the game that we didn't cover, but you know, if you do have any questions of some of those additional items or want to know more about the game, I got a lot of channel videos covering that stuff, or you can ask us in the Discord at any time in the questions and answers area. We're always ready to answer the questions that you guys have. All right, cool. Well, I'm going to see. Let me see if I can reset this one somehow.
Okay, who's coming over to this one?
Looks like it will be. At least from the. Well, I don't know which one is Alex in here. Which one are you, Alex?
Which one? Oh, Half-Blood.
In Discord.
In Discord, I should be Alex, shouldn't I?
Oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah, in Tabletop, you're Half-Blood.
Half-Blood.
Okay. So yeah, Superfly Jake, Half-Blood, and Brett will stay here. Everyone else leave the match and then go join the one called Arena 2. Password is Heroes with a capital H.
Thanks for teaching.
Yeah, no problem, guys. And Tyson, you should be able to move people in voice chat too. Otherwise, I can do that.
Ooh.
All right. Well, hopefully you guys are awake.
I don't know how to do that, so I'm just gonna jump over to Battleground.
Okay. I'll move them down.
Cool.
Alex, you've played a number of times before, right?
Yes, I haven't played it since I don't know. It's been probably 8 months since I played it, but I have played it before. Only cooperative. I've never actually played competitive.
Yeah. Well, I think Tyson will probably cover this as well. We'll just go over what the intro PvP rules that we.
Yeah, I was gonna say the only
by.
thing I didn't really follow 100% that I'm gonna rely on people for help with is interrupts. Everything else I'm pretty sure I have.
All right. Cool.
I think we'll find out when I do it wrong. It's all good.
All right.
One of the fun things about YouTube videos is that you find out very quickly you don't know how to play any game correctly. There's always one person who catches one thing that you're like, so close.
Well, I mean, I don't blame you, man. You're doing like new games like every week. I don't even know how you keep up with all these new games.
I play. It's interesting. Some games It's content creation has definitely made things worse because I used to maintain even when I was doing even like say the first 6 months of YouTube, I was still mostly playing old games. I just didn't talk with them as much because they're not as exciting. But most of my gameplays were old games. But nowadays, I definitely play a new game. I'm like, ooh, it's my favorite game ever. And then I don't hit the table for another 6 months.
Yeah.
But it depends on the game. Like, it definitely depends. Like, there are a bunch of games where I'll play it and then look for excuses to play it again. But it's a challenge. But then again, these are good problems to have.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Right? I mean, talk about first world problems, right?
Yep. It's my biggest complaint in life is, oh no, I'm playing too many new games, or oh no, I'm playing too many old games. Like, these are not our issues.
Yeah.
Like, do I get Primal or do I get Monster Hunter World? What do I do?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, let's set up. I don't know how you guys want to divide teams.
If you two have played before, we should split you up. Flanks and
Uh,
Alex.
I think.
Oh, if we're the only two that have played, then for sure. Although I will say, do not expect me to be the same level as him.
Okay, so how about Brett and I play together then, and Half Blood or Alex and Superfly Jake play together?
That
So
works for me.
we'll be Team Blue. I also sometimes make these team things, but crap, I pressed the wrong thing.
Alex, I just realized a little while ago that your video is the reason I kickstarted this game. You put an early video where you were sort of sitting by your table and you were just stoked because you just played with your friends.
Yep.
Remember that video?
That sounds
Yeah.
right. That would be the second review I ever did on the channel.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, oh, that sounds cool. So I ended up kickstarting it.
Yeah, I know that was late night excitement. I think I was after like game 3 or 4 maybe. That's when I was still playing this. I got it. I was very excited. I played it a lot, and then I have this problem which I really need to fix. Again, first world problem, where as soon as I know there's new content for a game, or even just new miniatures, like I have a harder time pulling this one off the table compared to another game that I'm not waiting on new content for. So
Right.
that's when my excitement for it hasn't dulled, but my playing it certainly went away ever since Arena, ever since whatchamacallit?
Tenaris Adventures.
Tenaris, there's the one.
Yeah.
Ever since Tenaris Kickstarter, I just haven't pulled it out since they had the announcement. I was like, oh, I'd rather play it when I have the new exciting minis and all the updates and all that stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I have definitely same problem, especially with video games. You'd be like, "Ooh, a new patch is coming out, and they're adding all this new content," and you're like, "Maybe I'll just wait."
Yeah, because it's not like I want to hold off. It's just that I always have so many games I'm not playing, so
Yeah.
I'll just focus my attention elsewhere. But yeah, that's been my big problem with Arena. It's like I want to do more content in it, and I want to like cover more, but
Yeah.
it's just, I literally haven't played it since they announced Tenaris.
All right, so let's talk about how we start hero selection here. So basically, if you guys don't know how to roll, by the way, there's a couple different ways you can roll. You can either hover over the dice and press R, and every time you hover over it, you can kind of keep it going in the air and keep rolling. Or you can physically grab it and shake it around and then like throw it. I usually suggest for a lot of people just pressing R, because a lot of people that are newer will like try shaking it and then they end up just like dropping it. So highly suggest pressing R when you are hovering over the dice to roll it. Anyway, so we'll first roll, and then we'll see which team will select first. So I'm going to roll R's on the left here. I'll change your guys' dice color if you want, make it a little easier to see. You can also make these bigger too, yeah. I think it's like...
Am I rolling here? What am I doing here?
Yeah, just roll the dice.
Are we Half-Blood and I are what color?
You guys are going to be red, and Brett and I are going to be blue.
Okay.
So you guys got 15, we got 12, so you guys will go first. So what you'll do is you can pick from any of the heroes out here. You can only select one hero from each class.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we
Go
don't
ahead,
have
Alex.
to do that. It's just per team.
Yeah, what do you want to go for? Anything calling to you or appealing to you?
I tend to be more purple, blue, green, more than orange, gray, red. But I don't.
You're saying in terms of color or in terms of the class?
In terms of class.
Oh, okay, so
personality.
Let's see. Because we definitely should have a healer. They see this is where I say was like definitely, but like I played this game like 7 times total maybe.
There's no set way for
Yeah.
sure in PvP.
Okay.
It's actually very balanced.
I think I'm gonna try stuff I haven't tried before, or should I try stuff I have tried before? Who knows? Okay.
If you want to take a healer, that's fine for me.
I think I'll start with the healer. I'm gonna take us to the Necromancer.
All right. I don't know how much you know about playing Tabletop Simulator, but if you like pull and drag and highlight, you can do that, and it'll highlight those items, and then you click once and hold, and then it'll pull those items over. Is that you, Brett?
That's
Oh,
me.
wait.
Oh, sorry. You guys get the pick, huh?
Yeah.
Well,
We
look,
alternate. Sorry, maybe I didn't explain that.
if you want her, she's still there.
It's okay. We'll let you have that one anyway. So Brett, you pick who you want. Did you want Juliet or Ooster, Alex?
Oh, what happened here? I wanted Ooster. What happened? I grabbed the wrong
I put
stuff.
him over here for you on the right.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, whoops.
So do we already have one player down there? Is one of those ours, or is there an extra thing
We
down
don't.
there?
No, we don't have any down that. That was them accidentally picking.
Yeah, if you want Joanna, you can take it. Let me know.
If you want it, you can have it. A debate between the werewolf and the barbarian.
I will say Qatar is definitely a good starter character because he does have like those bonuses to the roll, which actually is really, really good. Just give you much better chance to hit. He's pretty simple. It's not a lot not to really worry about with that character. Alright, so we'll assume your second character was Jorana then, so now we'll select our second character. And, I mean, I'm not going to really, like, super think this out or anything. I'm going to pick Zanuck, the Fire Sorcerer, a shooter. So now you guys pick your third hero.
Okay. So you took a...
So you took a tank.
Tank,
So, yep,
okay.
no tank, no healer now.
Interested to see stats on which heroes are used the most.
I actually did a whole video on that.
Oh.
For the tournament that we just had, I did a video. I think it's probably the one before last I posted. Covered all the stats. The most played players, just to give you a glimpse, was or characters was Jade, Talia, and who was the last one? I'm blanking. There's one other one. I'm gonna have to find my spreadsheet while you guys are thinking it out.
Okay. So you took a tank. I think I'm gonna go with actually fairly basic for this one. I'm gonna go with basic archer, Niari.
I think it might have been Neri. Now that I think about it.
Or Neri.
Figured Jorana would have been up there.
She's pretty popular too. Alright, let's see. Oh, that's not the
Between Talia and Jade, which one would you go for?
For our team?
Yeah. We're looking to get a healer. I mean, I guess there's also a cleric.
Maybe Jade.
Grab that one then.
Alright, so most used characters, Jade, Talia, and Nakril, the Death Knight. The tank character. Alright, so you guys get to pick your fourth hero now.
So Alex, I'm gonna take one of these orange ones, Garion, unless you
No, go for it.
I don't know what the best team makeup is. I'm having trouble selecting, which is
That's
weird.
okay, I got for you. Yeah,
I have a lot of
like I said,
TTS experience. But...
Yeah, like I said, it really takes a little practice and play around with Tabletop Simulator, get used to it.
Yeah, I play TTS every week. I'm just having like mechanical problems right now.
Oh, okay. All right, so now we get the last pick, and oh man, I'm really tempted to pick Ellerine, but I feel like that'd just be mean. So I'm gonna pick Zund instead. So I will say that, like I said, is the characters are pretty balanced, but probably what most people consider is the strongest PvP character is Ellerine, the telepath. She has ways to remove special attacks from heroes and then mind control somebody and use that the enemy's special attack against their own team. So it's pretty crazy powerful.
Oh, Alex, we have to change our order because.
Yeah, we'll actually talk about that in a second. So
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, so what you guys selected isn't actually the order that we play in. So in PvP, I don't know if I mentioned it in the video or not. This is the defining difference between campaign and PvP. Is it's a set order in PvP versus campaign. You can just play in whatever order you want. The order is defined by the placement that we're actually just about to do now. So we actually roll again to determine who places first.
All right, rolling for us.
I rolled a 15.
I rolled a 14.
All right, so we're going to go first. I am going to place Zanuck here first. And so now what we'll do, and I always just do this for simplicity and visibility, for everybody, is and actually says this in the rules too, but you want to place your characters down in the order that they're placed in. So you guys pick your first one, and that will be your first starting character.
Are there any rules about where we have to place?
You mean like
where on the board?
Just on your guys' side, so it's visible and we see the same order.
As far as like token placement on the actual map, do you have to be on like a certain half, or is there like a no man's land you can?
Oh yeah, wow, thanks Brett. I can't believe I See, this is what happens when I've done the tournament for like the last month and a half. I overlook these things. So yeah, there actually is a defining point. So I picked the left side for us. I didn't have to. I could have picked the right side. But you'll see that there's these little blue markers on the map. That's the halfway point. Since I've selected this half of the map, that means you guys cannot pass. You can't place past that point. You can't place on this side.
Okay. Do you have any preferences where you want to put someone? I'm not that fussy.
No, I don't. I don't have any sense of geography in this game.
Yeah, that's when I said I'm not that fussy. I meant I have no idea what I'm doing tactically. So let's see.
So,
okay.
Just generally, don't stand in lava.
Seems like a solid move.
Range characters. Range 8 covers a good chunk of the board. Mm-hmm. So kind of straddling somewhat in the middle, ish of the board is a good idea, because then you can kind of hit from everywhere. Melee characters, obviously, if you're gonna place early on, you want to put them, within range of somebody else, so then you're going to be able to make attack, right? So like Jirana, for example.
So just to ask a basic question, I guess. So if I'm over here, is that range 8 to you or range 9?
So how I count is I count in verticals or horizontals. So in this case, we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So in vertical, we're 8 away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So yes, we're right at the edge.
Wait, so we are or are not?
We are, yes.
Okay. And who goes first in this game right now?
So since I rolled first, I'll actually be able to shoot first.
Okay, so you're going to be placing first and shooting first. Okay.
Correct.
So then lining myself up for a nice hit like that is not the right move. Okay. I think I'm just going to go ahead and go over here.
Okay.
Alex, should we concentrate on one character to try to kill them?
I mean, in general, if we're able to, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if that's a good move. Games, but
What was that?
I just figured I put this one here to intercept them going through, or I could go
Oh,
directly
okay.
behind them.
No,
That's
that's fine. Yeah.
okay.
Is it my go?
Yeah, it's your
Yes.
turn.
All right. I'm gonna put Gary in.
It's actually been a while since I played. I've done so much.
We have 2 figures just
talking.
because one's redundant, obsolete.
Correct.
Yeah, it's the old model. The guy that made this mod added the newer ones later, so people could play with those now. How nice. All right, so Garen would be too far forward, right? He's
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
so
right.
you could place here though. There you go. All right, so now it will be our placement next. Place Zund.
And how do you guys do the cards? You just do them sort of next to their.
Yeah, generally that's what I do. Just kind of next to them, so it's easy to kind of reference them. And if you're gonna like, have a card that has an effect, you can pull it over real easy and put it on somebody. I can help set you guys up if you want. Or you can pull them into your hand. I know some people like the cards in their hand. I will say that generally how we play, which we don't have to because it's not actually in the rules or not, but how we played in the PvP tournament is if you do use a wow, I can't believe I forgot this. Special attacks are single use, right? Did you already know that? Yeah, so special attacks are a single use. I think I completely overlooked that in the training, so I'm sure people will figure it out real quick. But once it's been used, it's consumed and can't be used again unless you have something that brings back a special ability. And when we played in the PvP tournament, then we would show that we'd basically flip that card over, so that way we'd know that that one has been used. So everyone could see it.
I went, by the way, so it's to you.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see that.
No, I should have something.
Okay, so now you guys just gotta place Girona. The Amazon. Such a great character.
Yeah, I think that's it. Don't know what I'm doing, but we'll find out.
It's okay. I'll explain things as we go out too, and why I'm deciding to do things.
By the way, how long does a match take normally?
Depends on your level of skill for players. When we played during the tournament, we had some matches that actually went for just, I think, like 55 minutes,
Cool.
some 60. I'd say those are the more experienced players that know what they're doing. A lot of other players will take an hour and a half to hour 45.
Gotcha. So I'll see what I can do as far as time. I should have asked beforehand. I usually do. It's my
That's
bad.
okay.
I just didn't think that because I for sure have until 4 for sure. Meaning I'm gonna stretch it past it. Don't worry. But I just I didn't realize. I should have asked. I didn't realize the rules were going to take an hour plus.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's all good. Because I was going for my own stance where I was like, oh yeah, sure, we're doing a game plus teach. I was like, in my head it was like a brush up. Meaning
Yeah.
I would say most of the 98% of the rules you covered I already knew. The 2% was relevant. But
Yeah.
so I should have asked beforehand. I didn't do so. usually I tell people, I'm like, oh yeah, let's have a meeting or a gameplay. What's the window? But yeah.
And it's okay if any of you guys need to like leave early or whatever, we can either like keep playing or we can just end it. I'm perfectly fine with
We'll
ending
see.
early as well too.
My issue is more one of just it's Sunday afternoon, which means there are kids, and my wife accepted responsibility for the kids, so I need to negotiate that game.
Oh, I too, sir. I'm currently relying on the mid-afternoon nap time.
Yeah. Oh, our mid-afternoon nap time went away a long time ago.
Yeah. Okay, so so now that we've done placement, now we do heroic action selection. So at this part of the game, you could add other things in as well, like artifacts and scrolls and stuff, and first aid tokens. We're not going to do that. We're just going to do heroic actions. So we have all the same heroic actions. There's no difference, but you select your team selects 2.
Okay.
That you'll use. And same thing with specials. They're used once, and then that's it. They're consumed.
Okay, so this deck are over here. Superfly Jake, you're on my team, right? Yeah, it's Brett and Alex was us too. Okay.
Yeah.
Just the names looking at. Okay. How do I look at one of these up close?
Hold
Yeah,
Alt.
When I'm hovered over, it doesn't seem to work.
You can.
He's in a search mode right now.
Yeah,
I'm in
you're
search
in the
mode,
search mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can. I think you can. Oh no, you can't do the scrolly wheel on that one. I thought you could.
There is some way to get them bigger, but I'm not finding it either myself right now. In
Okay.
search mode.
Well, do you want to just flip and look then? Because
Yeah, you could just pull
Yeah,
them out.
sure.
And,
Yeah.
I don't know if it matters enough.
I mean, it doesn't. Like I said, they're all the same cards. It's just which ones you pick that are the secret part.
Yeah.
So we can alt shift.
Oh,
to-
interesting. Gotcha. I see.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
Brett, if you look in my hand, is one of the cards that I think we should have, and then you can pick the other one. My hand's down here. I'm white.
Okay. To view that, hold it or
Can you see it now?
yeah.
If you press F, you'll flip the card, and then
Not sure if
Alt.
like that reveals it for them or.
Yeah, so I have us set up as teams, so it actually, when we flip the card, they just see the back of the card again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. This one might be a good idea.
Which one? That one? Okay, cool.
Yeah,
You
how
got
do
that.
you... Let's spread them all out.
Okay, so yeah, go ahead and grab that one. I think I'm gonna take this one over here.
And yeah, it can be hard to decide, I'm sure. I will.
And
The most.
are they team based or are they? I mean, like,
Yeah.
if I have one, either one of us, any of us can use it, right?
Yep, either. As long as you have that special token up, whoever's turn it is, yeah, you guys can use it.
So Alex, I'm putting it back here in our backfield so you can see it.
Okay, cool. I'm doing the same over here because I think this is actually more. Well, whatever. You'll see.
Yeah, let me look. Yeah, okay. Cool.
Okay.
So just pick whenever you're ready, Brett, and
Let's grab that one.
all right, just flip the card. There you go, and then I'll just put it in my hand, so that way you can just reference both of them there. Okay.
Yeah, that works.
All right, guys. So that should be it in terms of kind of getting set up for PvP. And now we actually get started. So since we rolled first, did the placement first, then we'll go first. All right. Oh, God. I don't know.
Are we playing?
Do
So
you
are we
want me
playing
to
with
play nice with you guys, or just like play normal?
No, normal.
play normal? Are you
Okay.
are we playing with advanced rules though? Reaction attacks, mobbing,
Uh,
focus?
Yeah.
Do you want to? You feel
I
comfortable?
Sure.
think so. I mean, correct me if when I do something wrong, but I'm down with it.
Okay.
I don't know them yet, but I'll learn them. I mean, I understand reactions, and I think I understand mobbing. I don't know focus yet, but
I'll just explain focus real quick. So focus, you can't have anybody, enemy or ally, within 3 squares of you. You, when you say you're focused, you are giving up all of your movement for that turn, and then any of the targets that you select will be exposed.
Okay. Got it.
So basically, only ranged characters can use this, right? That's the main idea. Is focus is for ranged characters, mobbing is for melee characters. Okay, so I'm gonna get started first, and I'm gonna do my movement. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. I'm gonna flip
We
my
just line
special
ourselves up.
token. I'm gonna use Fireball. Allows me to attack all combatants in a 3x3 area, which I'm just gonna do
Probably should look at your stuff before we do things. Yeah.
So I'm gonna first attack Ustar. So I'm just gonna roll like this. Oh,
And you're
5.
Nice.
That is a miss. Let's see his defense
Nice.
7.
Okay. So I go down. I take 15
No,
damage.
no,
right?
no. So with a area type of attack or a multi-target, you actually have to miss all of them to get the residual.
Gotcha.
So now I'm gonna roll against let's say Garen. Oh my god, another miss. You guys are getting
the
lucky.
The gods were not a fan of you.
All right.
A 9.
Girana. Yep. So that is a hit on Girana. So that will
and ironically, it's only once you miss 2, it's only 3 damage difference.
Yeah. So it will be so the first hit of my turn, which is the only hit of this turn, is Girana. So I do get the accuracy bonus because I am more than 5 squares away. So that will be 22 damage to Girana.
22.
And then my fireball
40.
is consumed. So you guys got
48?
pretty lucky. Only 1.
58. No, 48.
Should be 48. Yep. And
Gotcha.
that's the end of my turn. So now it's your guys' turn.
Okay. So I foolishly planned for a portal thing which you blocked me from. So if I move from a portal, I'll have to either shoot you taking a reaction attack or move away from you taking a reaction attack, right?
So if you go through the portal, yeah, you'll peer next to him, but if you then move again, then you'd incite a reaction attack.
And if I shoot at somebody else and you're next to me, I take a reaction attack.
Correct.
Yep.
So yeah, basically you're taking a reaction attack regardless.
Gotcha. So instead I could alternatively try to move twice, but I'm not a huge fan of just wasting my movement like that. Interesting. And if I don't, you'll come through the portal and hit me because you don't have that problem. So I think, although 1 second, 8 squares. The flip side is I could just go with a twin shot against both of you and take 1 reaction attack for the sake of trying to get 2 hits in. It might be an interesting. You know what? I'm just gonna go for it because I don't know what I'm doing and I'm gonna try it out. So in theory, I can attack both of you right now, right? With twin shot.
Yeah. So if you're gonna do twin shot, then you'll take the reaction attack. So Brett, you roll for reaction attack. And that's a 1, so he missed. So no worries.
The gods favor the unknown. The gods favor the yes. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do twin shot. My first shot is gonna be against you, so that I can get my accuracy bonus if I hit it.
Zanuck.
Okay. Yes. Zanuck. Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna roll, and Zanuck has a defense of 6, so I'm gonna go ahead and just hit that, and we have a 8. So I hit you with 7 damage plus my 4, so I get 11 damage against Zanuck.
All right.
And then I'm going to go ahead and shoot against Qatar and roll. And I'm going to get a 19. Not a 20, unfortunately, but still 7 damage. Yep. And the last target hit is exposed, so Qatar is now exposed. What's the name is exposed? Not Qatar. Qatar, yeah, Qatar's exposed.
Yep, that's correct.
Okay. -3 to defense against enemy attacks. Okay. That becomes our turn, and now it's to you.
So,
move this down the line.
Do you have your card?
Which card?
For
twin shot?
Twin shot, yeah, so that way you can track exposed.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, that's right. We do it like that.
Yep.
Again, it's been so long.
That's how it
Yep.
works in this one.
I forgot. Arena's very streamlined. Those things, all these like side things that work.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, now it's Qatar's turn. So special is not up, so now you'd have to do a primary attack or a basic attack, but you know, probably gonna want to do primary.
No. If he's over 1, I probably would have done the Berserker, but otherwise I think I'm just going to do the Mighty Blow.
All right. Now that is a good option there. So are you gonna take the benefit of that?
No, I wasn't going to.
Okay. So he's going for more damage.
So 17, imagine that hits. So that does 14 plus 4 damage.
18
So
damage
18
to
total.
Neri. Bam! It's the might of the Orc Barbarian there. All right, so 55, so he should be at 37.
And move that down here and flip it.
All right.
Okay, my turn, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep.
So Garion is going to go, he has a movement of 6. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, so if you
6.
do that, you'll incite a reaction attack from moving
right,
out
got
of
it.
that
Okay.
square.
Okay, so I'm just going to stop there.
Okay.
And thanks. And I'm going to attack Jade with memory theft.
Okay.
So I have to flip
And
this.
I am going to interrupt with Zund using Mirage, so I'll take 10 drawback damage.
Okay.
So obviously doing this to try to stop that really strong special that you picked out there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now I'm going to roll.
Quick question: would you have to have sight to do that, or does that not matter for this? Is it range only?
That's a good question. Let's see. That's a little hard to tell right here. Oh no, we're right on the same line. So yeah, it does not. Thanks for pointing that out. So yeah, you do need vision. The thing I didn't notice was I'm right on this line, so that actually means that I don't have vision because I'm intersecting this wall here. So I can't interrupt. So continue on, sir.
I think I will. So attacking one enemy, I do a roll, right? It's not automatic.
Yeah, correct. Yep, everything you gotta roll for.
Rolling.
8. So that is a hit.
She's got 7 defense.
All right, so you're gonna do 22 damage.
Yep. Plus effects. Then the effect is I remove 1 primary and then essentially take that primary for myself.
Yes, you do. It's very cool.
I'm going to take Angelic Voice. Going to silence her.
Wait, you take what? Take a primary.
Yeah, so you gain remove 1 primary attack from the
enemy.
Oh,
prime action. Sorry.
Yeah.
Wait 1 second.
Right? I get to take this, right?
He removes it, and then he gains a copy of that prime attack.
Is that permanent?
Yes.
So you have no angelic voice for the rest of the game?
Yes.
That's awesome. I've never played that character.
And so I guess that's the end of his turn. Hit targets Jason each one of your allies on your first turn. Okay, yeah, that's it.
So you've moved, you've made your attack, and that's it. And that's a good one right there. Just took away her heal action, or her primary heal.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, so now it is Zun's turn, and unfortunately, everyone is kind of in funny places right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. All right, so I am going to do Dangerous Choice on on Neri. So I'm going to suffer 3 damage from using the altar, which will make me blessed. Where does token go? Oh, here it is. 1, 2, 3. And now I'm going to roll twice against Neri. 14, that's a hit. 10, both of them hits, but no crits. I guess I didn't cover crits, but I feel like that one's
Crits
not.
are like +5 damage, something like that.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
+5 damage. That's it. Nothing special about that. Okay, so that will be 7 damage to Neri.
Mm-hmm.
That'll put you down at 30. Now, my effect is you, Alex, get to choose either you take 9 additional damage or you can't make primary or special attacks for the next turn for Neri.
Primary or special.
Yep.
Well, that seems unlikely. That seems annoying. I'll take 9 damage.
All right. Down at 21. Nobody else is within range for my passive, so I won't be able to do that on this turn. That's the end of it. And now Ustar's turn. The Necromancer.
Oh, my turn. Whoops. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So you over there, you have that. We have your character. She's silent, so I'm not as annoyed with her existence. Your person over there is there. Okay. So, you are an ally within range. I think he's gonna move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Okay, so I think this works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like so.
Okay.
Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, you used a special. I can't use a special right now. That's annoying. Okay, 1 second. So I may have to change that. 8 damage. This card is cursed, and you haven't used her yet. And cursed means you roll twice, choosing the worst result, right?
Yep.
Okay. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and do Life Siphon against what's her name? The green girl.
Jade.
Because she's the only one left. Yep. Jade the Bard. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead. Actually, maybe I should do against your Zanuck. Let me see. Jade can't do a special right now. Jade can't do a special. Choose an ally within range, apply 1 helpful, target regains. No, I'm gonna go ahead and do it against Jade the Bard. I'm gonna go ahead and target Jade the Bard with Life Siphon. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll dice against a 7 defense. Okay, 10.
Got it.
So I'm gonna go ahead and do Life Siphon. So you're cursed right now. So let me go hand you my Life Siphon card.
So
Okay.
it'll be 6 damage to Jade.
Yep. And then you or an ally within range takes 6 HP. So I'm gonna have Blue Girl Nyari take 6 health back.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, in range.
And yep. That's my turn.
Don't forget your passive.
Oh, what's my passive? Whoops. My passive is hit a target on the first ally within range may regain 4 HP, but it can't gain 4 more. So who else is wounded?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought Garen was injured, but it looks like he is full health. And
No, he got stomped.
what's the name?
I thought.
Gianna.
That's right. Joanna got stomped. Yeah.
So I'm gonna do 4 health, 2 damage. So I'm gonna go back.
She's
to
in
52.
range. Oh,
Yep.
cool.
Yep.
Thanks.
I'm nice and central. Okay.
I'll get you on the flip side.
So Jade's turn.
Yep.
I'm gonna sidestep to right there.
Oh, that's reasonable.
And then I will use the blessing of the altar, so it takes 3 damage, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Then I will use my special ability.
Oh, you're gonna use the special. So if you use the special, you actually don't take that 3 damage because you're not blessed. You don't gain blessed for special attacks.
Oh, okay.
So are you gonna use a special or a primary?
Yeah, because I was gonna inspire greatness.
Oh, okay. So I'll bring your health back up.
Bring that back up, and then
Where'd my
so
card
I
go?
will.
Yeah, where did
Oh,
it
and I have
go?
to flip. I have to
It was
flip
right there.
my.
Oh, it fell.
Oh, there it is.
Missed it. Oh God.
Have to flip.
All right, we'll just put it to the side.
Cool. And
And
now
I'll target.
you do get curse for specials, right?
No, same thing with blessed. Curse doesn't actually affect your specials,
Fine,
only your
fine.
primaries. So it's a good move actually right there.
Sweet. Well, I'll target their healer.
All right, you're using Inspire Greatness, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Looks like a 10.
All right, so that's a hit.
Does 18 damage.
Okay. Who's got my tracker? Where is it?
He's
Up
at
here
full.
at 60.
60, so down to 42.
Yep. And
Then I could apply a permanent helpful condition to. I was going to do it to Xanar. Is that his name?
Zanuck.
Xanar.
Okay.
Read from that distance. And then conditions. I mean,
The one I'd suggest not giving him is Empowered because he has an ability to give himself Empowered.
yeah, I was like wondering about blessed. I mean, if you just get like permanent
Yeah, sure.
advantage every turn, but if there's one that you think is better.
No. I mean, they're all good in a variety of situations. It kind of depends. I'd say in this case they have 2 melee characters, so there is maybe some advantage to haste, but blessed is probably just as good.
Sure. I mean, yeah, I'd say blessed unless you think haste is better.
Okay, so we'll do bless then. And this is actually the one nice thing of actually having the special condition tokens, because you can pop one of these little tokens on top of that card and help you remember that that's what he permanently has. All right, and then you also get hope. So you get to heal somebody for 4. Looks like the only person that would be within range and vision probably is Zanuck anyway, so he'd gain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think we already did the damage, right? Yep, so that's it. Jirana's turn. And special should be up now.
Okay, Drana is going to let's see. This would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She has how much movement?
6.
So she's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So
Thick.
if you move to that square, then you'd incite a reaction attack from Jade.
Right. I can attack from here, so I'll just
Correct.
go there.
Yep.
Thanks. And she's going to do a special attack.
Okay.
Sorry, Alex, but it's going to pay off in the long run. So we're flipping this.
All good, all good.
And she's going to use lightning reflexes.
Awesome. That is a
And
good one to get out early because you get that additional damage.
that's
every
my
turn.
thinking. So now I roll for hit, right?
Correct, yeah.
Rolling.
An 8, that's a hit.
Good enough. So she does 16 damage.
Okay.
And gets to make a basic attack at the end of every turn going forward. So I flip this special attacker card, so it's now expired, right?
Correct, yeah.
And now she gets to do a basic attack because it's the end of her turn, right?
Correct, yep.
Yeah.
So she's going to basic attack Jade. And rolling. She has to get, well, she got a 19 plus 1, so you got a 20, right? Is that a critical?
So you can't get yeah, it has to be a natural 20.
Got it.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna pull
So that
Orbouts.
is
I'm gonna
6
mark her so I remember this.
6 additional. What's the mark for?
So I remember that she has a basic attack
you-
every turn.
You can just put the card on yourself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, don't need a extra marker. Just use all the cards. But you know, however you like doing it too. I already moved her, I think. Oh, no. I
You did a
forgot the
16. That's for
6.
the basic attack.
Yep. Thanks. Okay, so that should be it now. So now it should be Xanix's turn. Mr. Zanuck, what is he going to do?
Got him lined up for fireball again.
Well, so
is that special?
Yeah, I already
that's
used
special,
fireball, so that one's gone.
Yeah, if you could do fireball every turn, we would have a problem here.
Oh yeah, right.
You can't special at all right now.
Yeah, and Zanuck really focuses more on like single target damage. That is actually his one ability where he can hit multiple people.
Where is Nyari? Okay.
All right, I think I'm gonna move back here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that should be enough. Wait, what's Ustar at? He's a lot lower than I thought he was. So I started here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I am going to use... Oh, but I can't do that because then I'd be not in a good spot. So... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay. This is a good spot. All right, so I am going to use Inferno Shield on Ustar. I am blessed, so I get to roll twice. 18 and a 2. All right. So that is 12 damage plus 4 from accuracy because I'm 4 more away. So that is 16 damage to Ustar. Anyone mind moving him? And then I get to choose an ally within range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. I am going to choose Jade, who will gain a fire shield for the next turn. So anybody that hits that ally in 2 squares of it takes 4 damage.
Yeah, okay. Within 2 squares.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's my turn, I believe.
Correct.
So I think the right move for me. What am I at? Where am I? I'm over there. Oh no, you took away my special. Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
you're
what I
the
was
worst.
saying.
I was being all team-like, and I was like, no, it's all good. And I forgot that I was
Dang
going
it.
to use rapid fire. Okay. It's all good. It's all good. We'll use rapid fire another time. So I guess twin shot might be the right move again.
So you'll have
Last
to
time. Because right
take
now-
a reaction attack.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, if I'm either way, I have to take a reaction attack. So the question is, do I just stay still by you? And I think the answer is yes.
Mhm.
So I think last target is exposed. Okay. I'm actually within range of a bunch of people right now. I'm within range of Zund. I'm within range of Zanuck. I'm not within range of Jade. The question is, do I instead want to do a focus attack against Jade and take a reaction there?
Yeah, I think we
Gain,
can.
plus-
I think we can kill Jade if you.
Well,
Yes.
well,
You
with
can't go
Jade,
through the wall.
yeah, with Jade, your vision's actually blocked, right?
Can I not get to a 5 by moving?
Yeah, you can
1,
still
2, 3,
still
4,
move.
5.
Yeah.
If I move over here,
I was
I
just
would
saying
have
from
access
where
to it, right?
you currently were. That's all.
Now, if I move from here, do I take 2 reaction attacks along the way?
You'll take 1. You can only take
Okay.
1 reaction attack.
But
from
if
a
you do a
character per
reaction,
turn.
if you deal damage, my movement's limited by 1, right?
If he successfully hits, yeah.
So in other words, I'd only be able to get over here where I can't see her.
Correct.
Alternatively, I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4, and I believe I can see her from here, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yep.
Perfect. Okay, so I'm heading that way.
All
I
right.
might move one more. I might move one more if I'm able to. But yeah,
Yeah.
for right now.
Roll it.
Okay.
Oh my God, you guys are getting so lucky.
What is it with barbarians?
I'm gonna head that
Throwing this
way.
in our D&D
Okay,
game.
great. And now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do my my explosive arrow, gain a +2 bonus to your roll, and ignore all helpful conditions on the target. So I'm basically rolling against a what is she? She's a 7, so I'm rolling a 5+, right?
All right.
Yes.
Okay. And oh, that was so close. The top pulled. Okay, cool. Yep. So you're dead, I believe.
So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So 16 damage. Yeah. So that does kill Jade.
Yep. A little bit overkill, but at least we got out.
So she was standing right here, right?
Yep.
That's normally what we do is we place their token of where they died, and then pull off their miniature and flip their thing. So it's easy to see there.
Okay, that's my turn.
Hold on. Now I have to figure out what else I was going to do because I was going to kill Jade.
Oh, well, had I known that, I could have done other things, but we'll figure it out.
Our special thing should be flipped now, right?
I didn't think you were going to be able to kill her.
Yours
yes,
should be special.
correct.
Yours should be flipped, yes.
So what might actually be good for you, Brett, is you're actually in a spot right now where you could move and attack Neri and Ustar with like Whirlwind.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering about
Special.
doing. It's like if I were to move there instead of going all the way.
So one little special thing about benefits is they actually don't incite reaction attacks. So his benefit of moving 5 squares, meanwhile, may strike each target at any time. He can keep moving and he doesn't incite reaction attacks. So it's pretty cool.
Oh yeah. And so really I had to do 22 damage to the one and then 18 to the other, assuming I hit both.
Yep.
Okay, so I'll do that if you're okay with me using the special.
Go ahead.
Let's hope he doesn't roll 1.
I know, right? Got it.
So we're good.
So 22 damage to Neri. So where's she at right now? She's at 27. So that should put her down to 5.
Yeah.
Ouchies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Oh man, a miss.
That's the 3rd crit this guy's had. Or sorry, the critical miss.
Dang. I think you made the dice too big. All right, so that is it for his turn. And Whirlwind is consumed.
Garen's turn.
Garen's turn.
All right, so he's going to use the angelic voice that he stole from Jade.
Beautiful.
And so he's going to use that against Qatar, which enables his passive, hit a target that is adjacent to one of your allies.
Correct.
Right? All right, so I just roll for hit now?
Yep.
Here we go.
Oh, we got it.
All
Nice.
right. So that's going to be 7 basic damage plus passive of what? Another 4, so 11 damage.
Yep. So Qatar
And
takes
then the
11.
effects are you or an ally within range gains 6 HP. So the range is 8. So I'm going to give the HP to our ailing archer.
At 5 damage, just check. Meaning, is it worth it?
I don't
Will
know.
she
Is
get
it?
killed either way? She might get killed either
that's
way.
I
I mean,
Good
let's look
point.
at the next attack. Who's the next attack? Who's the next person moving?
Zund.
Oh.
So
Does he have an attack that can
yeah,
take me out either way?
that is a good point to make. With her at such low health, probably unlikely that she may be able to be saved. But what is it? 6?
Yeah.
Sun's way over here. Can he reach her? I guess he's got a
Yeah, I
range.
could. Yeah, I wouldn't
So
bother.
at 6 more, that would put her at 12. No. She could live. She could potentially live.
Potentially through what? Meaning a
Uh,
10 damage attack?
Yeah, because she'd have, 12 health?
Oh, she'd
Yeah,
be at
she'd have
12.
12.
Or 6?
Oh,
Yeah.
No,
then,
no,
then
no,
bump me up.
11.
Yeah, yeah.
11 health.
Sorry, I thought I was only going to 9. I don't know what I was.
Because it's
Yeah.
7 plus 5. Oh no, 6 plus 5.
6 plus 5. Yeah,
So
so
it's
11. But that'll still be enough. Unless he gets a crit, obviously.
An ally within range is hastened, and primary attacks are critical hits on rolls of 17 or more. So is there somebody with really good critical? I don't know what that means. So
So what that
Who should we-
means
who
is
should-
instead of having to get a 20, now you only have to get a 17 or more to get a crit.
what does a crit give you though?
Plus 5 damage.
Ooh.
So
Okay.
the example we use all the time is great. This move is a great combination with the Minotaur, Reckless Blow. If you look up here, his effect for Reckless Blow is on critical hit, the target takes plus 10 damage instead of plus 5. So you can increase
Okay.
the chance that you get that crit and then do even a harder crit.
Well, what do you think, Alex? I was gonna use it on Ooster because that will hasten you, so you don't get, or you can get away from Qatar without a reaction attack.
Oh, yeah, I'm okay with that. I like that.
So I'm hastening Ooster. Oh, so I guess I just give this card to Ooster? Is
Yep.
that how it works?
Correct.
All right, so you're hastened, and you have this. I don't know. The crit thing may not be that great for you, but
Getting a better chance to crit is always good.
yeah. So you can crit with Ooster, just so you know, if you use it now the special.
All right,
So I think that's the end of
Yeah, our, end of our
Baron's
turn.
Yep. All right, so now it's Zun's turn here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am going to use. How about I'm going to use Rainbow Ray on. Oh wait, that's your guy's character. Oh, this is what happens when I'm not paying attention. Let's see. I think I started here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. Now I won't incite a reaction attack. All right, so I'm going to use Rainbow Ray on Neri. That's a hit. So that's going to be 10 damage to Neri. So now she's at 1 health, but the target can't regain HP and is exposed once per turn.
At 1 health, I'm okay with both of those.
Now my passive effect is that another enemy within 5 squares of me takes 4 damage. So I think Ustar is within 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, so Ustar will take 4 damage as well.
All right, who can we kill? The purple guy? We got to kill somebody else. We got to focus on somebody else and kill them.
Let's see. Well, one of those is already dead. I don't know if it's a. And then that's.
All 3 of their characters are right here.
Yeah, it's not great. But we have specials. You move yourself. Okay.
Well, yeah. So remember that you can. You're hastened and you have a easy crit.
I'm looking at this right now. Give me a second to try to figure out the position here. Okay. Okay. I think Vengeful Wrath, so crit. Okay. They're all the way up there. I don't like. Who has the specials left? Who has the most specials?
Zund has both
most.
of them. Yeah, Katara has
Okay.
1 and Zanuck has 1.
Cool. I think. Oh, interesting. I think I can go with Harvest of Souls.
Okay.
And I'm an ally, right? Yes. Okay, I'm an ally. Perfect. So I think I'm gonna go with Harvest of Souls, playing that, and we're gonna go ahead and do that against Zund. But do I want to move first? Let's see. I might move after because I see no reason to move first. And my main ability is hit a target on your first of your turn. Okay, fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and target Zund, rolling against Zund.
So if you make the attack from where you're standing now, you'd incite a reaction attack from Qatar.
Oh, okay,
No,
fine,
because
fine.
no,
always
it's not
hastened.
true. He's defended. He's hastened.
Hastened.
So
Hastened.
okay, so what hasten does is it prevents you.
Allows me to move.
Wait. Let's see. You do not incite reaction. Apply when leaving a square, declaring the target of a range.
Oh.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so
Cool.
it does protect you in this case too.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit Zund, or try to hit Zund.
Okay.
Zund has a defense of 6. I'm gonna go ahead and roll here. And we got a 20.
Holy
Nice.
crap.
Okay.
Wow, lucky
So
you.
I believe I do 21 damage, right?
Yep, correct.
Okay, and then I can regain 16 health. I'm gonna go from 22 to 38.
Let's see, at 20, so 27.
Ooh, that's awesome.
26.
You soak up health from them. That's so cool.
Yep. And then I can spend going forward. I can use my primary action to make any dead ally's primary attack.
Yep.
Okay, and then additionally, someone else within range can get 4 health. So I guess the best person for that's probably what's her name?
Joanna.
Joanna. Yeah.
Joanna.
She can heal 4.
All right, I got it.
Okay, and
It's
I can
her, right?
still move, which
Yeah.
means I don't see a
1,
reason not to move. In fact, who has ranged attacks? Zund has ranged attacks, so I may as well move next to Zund to try to stop him from being able to do. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do with Zund. Do I want to move a 5th? Let me see. Do I want to move a 5th? I can move 5. Yeah, I'll go ahead and move 1 more. Okay.
And I didn't realize that hasten lasted the entire time, not rather than just some one-time use.
Say again?
I was saying I didn't realize hasten's lasted that entire time. I thought it was just like a one-time.
I think it stays until the as long as the
Yep.
card's there.
It lasts, yeah,
So-
the entire time. It's not a
That's
once per use type.
That's a killer ability.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
All right, so I'm done. That's my turn. We should flip our special. So now you go back to you and no special.
Wait, so this just to be clear, the angelic voice hastened will last back until the end of Garian's next turn.
Correct.
Not that
Yeah.
it matters once I've done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's my turn. I'm donezo's.
Okay, so it is Xanix's turn here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, I'm gonna do Flame Blast on Ustar, and I'm blessed. Oh my God, really? So the first one was a 6, which is not enough, and the second one was a 3. All right, so that's a 5 residual to Ustar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you guys have been getting great rolls. You got a cursed dice or something.
No, strategy. All strategy.
Yeah. All right, so Jirana's up.
All right, Jirana is going to let me see. Yeah, she's gonna she's gonna move first, so she's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
And just to be clear, this and this are all on my team.
Correct.
All right, so that's her move. Now she's gonna do Whirling Strike, primary attack.
Yep.
Which is she doesn't suffer for being too close. There's not like a disadvantage for being too close.
Nope.
On a ranged. Okay. So up to 2 enemies, she's gonna do both attacks onto Zund.
So for Whirling Strike?
Yeah.
So Whirling Strike has to be, it says up there, up to 2 enemies. So you can
Right.
attack 2 different enemies within range 2, but you can't attack the same one twice. If you were, like, for instance, like Zafara, she had that Hungry Spirits I talked about earlier, where it allowed her the option
Yeah.
to attack the target twice, but that's not what yours does.
Got it. Okay, so then I'll just do Dance of Steel, I guess,
Okay.
because
No, that's
may
good.
move any of the number of targets hit. Yeah, I'll do Dance of Steel because, yeah. Okay, so I just roll for that hit now.
Okay.
Rolling. And what about the mob? She's mobbed, right? Or he's mobbed right now?
No, actually he is not mobbed. So to be mobbed, you have to actually be in a position where the mobbers are not adjacent to each other. So Ustar would have
Oh,
to stand
sorry.
here.
I intended to mob, so can I don't know. I mean, I would.
You wouldn't be able to do it because you don't have enough movement.
Oh, because you can't even be catty cornered to each other. You have to be like
Exactly.
totally.
Because right here you're
Ah,
still adjacent, right?
got it. Yep.
Yep.
Okay. All right, thanks. That's learning.
Yep, that's okay.
All right, so anyway, I rolled a 12. I don't know if you saw that, but
Oh, so you still hit anyway.
oh, so mob doesn't do more damage. It just increases your chance of hitting.
Exactly. So it makes if you go down, the condition exposed is what you apply to that target.
Oh,
So you
okay.
lower the defense by 3, which gives you 15% chance to hit, basically.
Okay. Well, anyway, so I do 8 damage to that fellow, purple.
Okay.
And then effects, I am toughened once per turn. So I guess now what do? I take this card and put it on myself.
Correct.
Toughen myself.
Yep. So you'll take less damage.
Another enemy within 5 squares of you takes 3 damage. So it has to be another enemy, huh?
Yep.
So can Qatar get?
Yep.
All right.
Qatar's
So
within
I do
5. So that will be 3 damage to Qatar.
All right. And then I get to do a basic attack because
Did you move him yet? I didn't notice.
No, I did not move Qatar's damage.
Okay. There you go.
I didn't know I was responsible for that. Okay. She's going to do her basic attack onto Zund.
Okay.
Rolling for that.
Awesome.
19. Yeah.
All right, so that's a hit.
That's a hit. So she does how much damage? 6?
Yes, 6 damage.
Okay.
6
And
damage to Zund. Where is he at? He's at 18, so that puts him down at 12.
We're getting there.
Slowly but surely.
Oh, you guys are doing good.
That's the end of her turn, and she refreshes the. Oops, sorry. She refreshes this token.
All right, Qatar's turn.
Glad Nyari's survived that. She's going to get a lick in.
Are you wanting to use any of the heroic actions?
Yeah, for me.
We could if you want. I was thinking about waiting a little bit longer.
Okay.
But
I wasn't sure if we were to that point yet or okay. I could finish off Niari, but that kind of seems like a waste to use an entire turn to do 1 hit point. It'd be rather someone could do some residual damage. I could start knocking out Garion.
Let's see. Ustar is getting a little bit lower, and he does have some pretty powerful effects on him right now. So he might be a good target.
I couldn't get there. Really, could I?
No, not without it taking reaction attack. So yeah, you could go after Garen. You could also. Oh no, you only range 1. Never mind. Yeah, go ahead.
Let me think real quick. I take that back. Where was I at? Right there?
I think you're here.
Yeah, I think you're right there.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and just take some reaction attacks.
Oh, okay.
Go
Oh,
right
wow.
there.
Okay. Two reaction attacks?
Yeah.
All right.
So
All right,
Drana goes first. Can I roll?
sure.
Okay, reaction from Drana.
All right, so that's
14.
6 more damage. All right, and then now Neri would roll.
Alex.
You get a roll for a reaction attack from on Qatar.
Oh, sorry. 1 second.
With the ranged person, that doesn't really matter. It's just a regular
6.
roll.
Yeah. So that is a hit.
She
So
misses.
that's 8
Oh,
damage.
Oh, it is. Oh, it's against the defense.
Yep.
Got it.
39, right? I believe.
You took 8 plus 6.
Yeah, I'd move the 6 initially.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right, so then I am going to. That's probably a stupid move, but hey, this is all about learning, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a Berserker Strike on Uster.
Okay. 17. That's a hit.
That does. Oh, I don't even get my bonus damage. I should have thought about that. Okay, so that does 13 damage.
Yep.
Then he is exposed. I'm going to throw him in the lava.
All right. So you're gonna take some
Nice.
little lava bath there.
How much damage
I
lava again?
forgot.
I totally forgot.
4 damage.
4.
Yep. So that's 17 total damage to Ustar. So 20 would be 13, and then
So 16.
16.
Then, yeah, just exposed. I need to give him a card, or is it better to just use the token?
No, you use the card.
Trying to zoom out to get over there. There we
It's
go.
okay. Ustar. Okay.
Hey, Alex.
Yes.
You might consider using this.
Let me take a look. Oops. What did I just do? Oh, intriguing. For that. Oh, interesting. I hear. Let's do it. Let me just take a look. I may take a look at my options otherwise. So I'm currently over there.
I mean, not Ooster, but Zund is going next. Just to
I
let
know,
you know.
but what's it called? Right now I have my archer, and my archer could. So Zund is not within line of sight, or I can't remember how people block line of sight. My archer wants to
for
attack.
Neri? Yeah, you're in
Yeah.
line of sight.
But I would take reaction attack if I attack right now.
Yes.
Okay. So I would take, and there's no way to, and I wouldn't finish my attack. If I die, I die, right?
Correct.
Okay. So then yes, let's go ahead and do that. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and use this card over here.
You could sidestep too.
Oh, I can use my entire movement to take 1 step away.
Exactly, and then you don't
Interesting.
incite
So
a
that,
reaction attack.
yeah, I think that's actually the way to go. Because I'm pretty sure, my archer, what's his name? What's it called? My archer still has 2 specials. So
Yep.
there's no incentive,
Right,
in my
yeah.
opinion, not
Right.
to use those first. And also, I
agree
can
with
even
you.
use Perfect Hunt. Move it to 4 squares before declaring the first target.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. And so I think, and even if I missed, it would still do 15 damage, which would be enough to take out the Zund. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna
Sweet.
go ahead and do my action. I'm gonna bother sidestepping. So I'm gonna go ahead and do Perfect Hunt
Awesome.
and play that. I'm gonna move it to 4 squares before declaring the target. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. That means I still have my full movement to do what I want after.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna go ahead and target Zund with a roll, which I don't think should matter, but let's go ahead and do it anyway. Okay.
And Qatar, right? Both of them.
I
But
don't
different.
think so. Is it
Yes.
both?
So you
Oh,
roll each individually.
Oh, all in a straight line. Yes. Okay. Oh, so I should have declared my target, but I was targeting Zund.
Yeah.
Up to you if you want to. Okay.
No,
so
I
6.
heard you. Yeah. So that's a hit.
Okay. Great. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do the same for Zatar And
So
roll again.
17, so that will kill Zund.
And 7 against him. So he's going to take his, what's it called?
Yep, and that's a hit against
Yep.
Qatar as well.
And strictly speaking, in hindsight, I'm not changing it now, but strictly speaking, in hindsight, I should have targeted Qatar first because of the extra 4.
Correct. Yep.
Yep.
Little more max minning that
Yep.
damage.
And that's my my card, and then the first target hit, and for it being slowed as well. But I still do have my movement, and so I think because I have my movement, I'm gonna go ahead and use my full movement to run away. 5
There you
movement.
Go. Awesome.
So I'm literally just gonna run backwards. 1. Oh wait, so you only have 2 people left alive right now.
Correct.
So as long as I can get out of range of Qatar, that should be good enough. Qatar only has 2 range attack and 6 movements, so he can go 1, 2. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's in range 2. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, which should be enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I'm gonna do one more. 4. Great, and that should get me out of range of Qatar. And that's the end of my turn.
Awesome. Oh man, guys, making it difficult for us.
With no help from any dice too. Just pure strategy.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, I think I still like this game better PvP, primarily because of things like dice. It's like I like winning or losing together when there's this degree of luck involved. There's definitely strategy, but there's also a healthy dose of RNG.
Oh yeah. So, in fact, no, almost kind of a waste there. We kind of need it though. What's he at? 16. No, I can get it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, perfect. Okay, so I am going to. I'm going to become focused with Zanuck, so I'm giving up all my movement, and my target of my attack will become exposed, and that target will be Ustar, and I'm going to use Flame Blast. And I'm blessed to. Oh God.
My gosh.
Please. All right, thank God. All right, so Flame Blast. That is a total of 17 damage from accuracy and Flame Blast. So that kills Ustar. Goodness.
Now, I haven't been fully following this, but you have been taking your missing damage every time, right?
Yes.
Yeah, good. Because I just realized I wasn't paying attention to that happening at all.
Yep.
And I was thinking, the game should give you some sort of compensating thing for when you miss. And I'm like, wait, it does.
It does. Yeah, it's just, once you miss so many, it starts adding up over time. And then another enemy within 2 squares of the target takes 3 damage, so Girana will take 3 damage from the effect. 1, 2, 3. And that is it.
So
Garen's turn. Yep. Special
and
should be down.
He cannot do a special, so he's got to do a primary. Get +2 roll. His target takes deal damage, but apply no effect. The target takes +5 damage. Is it? Neither of your people is exposed, are they?
No.
Okay. So he's going to.
Go ahead.
Oh wait, let's see. So he's got 6 movement. So just playing this out, I'm marking him here. I'm not moving him. I'm just asking.
Yeah.
Can he, if he goes here and does his range 2 attack, is this person mobbed?
No. You have
it has to be both.
Yep. You have to be
Okay.
in adjacent
Over here.
position around him, and yeah, you'd have to be either here, here, yeah, and those are the two places.
So he can't get there. All right. So he's just gonna, let's see, options. Yeah. Okay. So he's gonna dirty trick. He gets a +2 bonus on his roll. So rolling for hit.
That's a hit.
That's a hit.
God,
So
you guys
he
are
does
amazing rolls.
10 damage plus hit a target that is adjacent to at least one of your allies, which is the case, I think.
Yep.
So that's another 4. So it's 14 damage total.
Correct.
That kills him, right?
I didn't see where he started at, so I'm assuming
He's
7.
at 14.
Yep, and he's
Is
dead.
that
And then that puts an effect on that person, but that person's dead, so I guess it doesn't
matter.
matter.
Yeah. In this case, at least.
Because he would just get that back. Okay, that's the end of his turn.
Correct. Yep. Oh man, you guys are just killing it.
Yeah, I might have to leave early. I have to go buy a lottery ticket.
Yeah, right? All right, so I'm going to use a special heroic action, sorry. Heroic Revival. Revive a dead ally. Place it within 5 squares of you with 22 hit points and no special attacks.
Of course.
Let's see. God. Kind of. Well, she doesn't have all of her abilities. Normally I'd probably pick Jade, but she's kind of limited right now. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll just bring back Atar again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just place on 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Who's next? Gerona's gonna be next. Let's just go there. Okay, so Qatar is alive with 22 hit points. Now Zanuck does get to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's it for my turn.
Okay,
Now
so
Serrano's turn.
Yep.
John, oh, that's right. I'm dead.
And she can do special. So, Alex, I got a question for you. I just want to remind you that she gets a basic attack at the end of her turn, and so I'm thinking about doing this.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yes, absolutely. I was
Alright.
literally just trying to figure out how to do that.
Let
That
me
makes
guess.
sense.
I think I know what you're gonna do.
Go ahead, call it.
Yep.
Yep.
So she's gonna heroic. Oh, go ahead. You want to guess? Blanks?
Heroic
Yeah.
ambush, and then you're gonna do basic attack on Qatar to kill him off.
Correct.
I was just thinking, I was looking at the Zam, like it's good game design to make you survive with 2 more health than ambush. That's just in case. Like otherwise it'd just be like frustrating.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
exactly.
you can combo your way into it.
Yeah, there is good ways to counter some of that.
So that's 20 damage automatic to Qatar.
Correct. Yep.
He's down to 2.
Yeah, there's no guarantee on this one. There's no what's it called. So we'll see.
Right. I'm
Yep.
not rolling yet. I'm just moving the dice. And
Watch
then
it.
I'm
Watch
gonna
this be
roll.
the first time that our luck fails.
Oh God,
When it
I
actually
hope so.
boosts
8,
Oh
you
no!
got it.
We still do
You
it.
got it. Dang, God, you guys are just insane. Not even a chance for poor Qatar.
We should have been in the tournament.
Right?
Yeah, I don't think the dice last that long.
So she could still move, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
Well, except for she took her basic action. That attack was
Technically, your
technically
end of turn is
the
at the end of
her
your turn.
turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can move
Yeah.
around him in a way, but you can't. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the end of her turn.
Okay. Oh man, guys, killing me. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, now I'm gonna do. Doesn't really matter as much. I'll do Flame Blast on Neri.
Yep.
I am blessed. 20. Of course.
He's
Now we get a
never
20
rolled
on
with
someone
one
that has
health.
1 health. Got her.
That's so good. That could not be. Oh my gosh. Where's the
Oh
token?
God.
It's over here.
Yeah. Well, that happens sometime in this game. Okay, so it's your turn now. It'll be Garen's turn. So one thing I'd like to point out, and this is probably for people that are, if anyone's still watching the stream here, while it does seem like we're, pretty far behind, when you do have reduced amount of characters, it actually does increase your damage output or whatever output that you have of the characters that are left. So right, Zanuck, sorry, is going to keep being able to make turns, and since he is a very strong damage character, I'm going to be able to put out a pretty significant amount of damage, even for him being the only character alive.
Especially once you get Eternal Blaze in play.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, just for people that are still watching. Go ahead.
Okay, just trying to think here. Okay, marking him here. I just want to talk this through, make sure it's legal.
Sure.
He's got 6 movement, I think, right?
Yep.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is going to put him within 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Correct.
8 squares of Xanax. Okay, so he's gonna use his stolen angelic voice to range attack Xanax for, let's see, does he have a passive? No. So that's just going to be 7 damage. So I'll rolling for hit here. I think that's a hit.
Yep.
So that's 7 damage onto blue.
All right.
I'll let you guys move it. And then
41.
Joanna gains 6, which is here's her. So she's at 3. So she goes to 59. And an ally within range is hastened and primary attacks are critical. Okay, so then Joanna gets this thing.
Yep.
And that is the end of his turn.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Joanna.
Joanna.
Keep calling her Joanna.
It just sounds right.
Okay, well, I wasn't really wanting to do this, but I'm just going to have to do it anyway. All right, so I am going to be focused. I'm giving up my movement. I'm going to do Eternal Blaze here on Garen. Come on. 2. What's Garen's defense? A 7 defense, so not enough. God dang.
You're blessed, aren't you? You get to roll again.
But not for special attacks. Yep, that's only for primaries. So, dang. God, wow. We've missed like almost every special attack. It's crazy.
Yeah, at this point it's just yeah. There's a point where it's like great for us, and there's a point where you just feel bad. We crossed that line a long time ago.
Right. All right. So since I became focused, I don't actually get a move. So that's the end of my turn. Took the 15 residual.
How much damage did you do there?
15.
Okay. Which was the residual. Is that how it works?
Yeah. Yeah. Had I hit, it would have been like 28.
Right. Got it. Okay. So Joanna's turn.
Yep.
She has got a primary, so she is going to do a heroic action.
Can you attack or not really? I don't think there's a point. I mean, just tactically, I don't think there's a point giving up a turn until we need to.
You don't want a person? All right.
No,
So-
no. I'm living vicariously through you. It's all good.
Okay. Let me see what she can do. I didn't even think about
This way,
attacking.
my
so-
choices of getting a person versus losing at this point, I'd rather make sure we're playing it correctly.
Where is the guy? Is he here?
Right
Got
here.
42.
Yeah.
I mean,
41.
hit points wise.
41.
So she can. All right. So she's gonna do a thunderous charge. Moving 8 squares in a single
So-
direction. Oh, she
So
can't
you'll
do
first need to do your move action to place yourself in the
Oh.
right spot, then do thunderous
Yeah.
charge.
that. Okay, so she can move 3 to get here,
Exactly.
and then she can thunderous charge 8.
5, 6, 7, 8. Correct. Yep. There you go. All the way up.
Okay.
Ah.
All right. So then we're gonna roll on that to see if we hit. Rolling.
Got it.
I think that's a hit. So that's gonna be 22 damage plus 4 damage is 26.
All right. So 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dang.
15, and that I guess concludes her turn, and she flips this.
So
Includes
I'll help
this.
you out. You actually
Oh,
do
she has-
get lightning reflexes.
Yeah, she gets a basic attack. Why do I have this? Oh, toughened.
Yeah, so technically you don't have it because your last attack, right, was thunderous charge. That would have been this Dance of Steel, and that toughen
Mhm.
effect goes
Hello?
away at the start of your turn.
I thought it ends at at the start of your turn. Okay, so
Yep.
yeah, it went away. All right, got it.
Yep.
So
Did we lose somebody?
she is hastened, but I don't remember what that means. But she does get a basic attack. So I'll roll for that.
All right. Yeah, hasten just doesn't really apply in this case. All right, so
Okay.
yep, that's a hit. So that's 6 more damage. That is at 9. But yeah, we're gonna wrap this up here pretty quick. That's okay. That way we can
That's another turn.
get this stream over quicker. All right, so I'm gonna do sidestep. I'm gonna do flame blast. I am blessed. An 8. That's a hit. Let's see if I got a crit. Nope. All right, so that will be 13 damage to Jorana. Can you move her?
Yes, I can.
And
So 10
next
is
will
49.
be
13 is 46.
Garen will be up next.
So he does not get a
So-
special.
Yeah, I'd suggest in this case 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh wait, no, you're a little bit.
No,
little
he's
too
got a
much
2
health,
range.
so not enough. Yeah.
Wait, what?
I was thinking you could use angelic voice, but actually he's got a little too much health for that, so you'd have to use
Yeah.
a different ability.
But I could do dirty trick. Let's see. How much movement does he have? 6. Can he get there around the lava?
I mean, you have so much health at this point, it doesn't really matter. You could just run through the lava, and that'd be enough.
Well, he's just gonna. He doesn't have to. I don't think so.
1, 2,
I'm being careful.
3, 4, 5, 6. No, he doesn't have enough. He would end there if he did 6.
No, he went 1.
He started
2,
here.
3, 4, 5.
So if you cut the corner, you take damage, right?
Oh, if you cut the corner, you take damage.
Yeah, that's why I said
Okay,
you just run through the lava, then you can hit him. So
Oh, okay. So
you
I'll just
suffer
take.
4
So that's
damage.
immediate.
Yep.
I see.
And you can do it from
And
range.
then-
You don't have to stand next to him unless you want to.
Yeah, I was gonna do it from range.
Okay.
Um,
And then dirty trick. So
Dirty trick,
roll
yeah.
it. Bonus to your
Roll.
roll. Going for the killing blow, and you got it. All right. Good game, guys.
wow.
You guys had some
game.
pretty amazing rolls the whole game. My God. Sometimes that just happens, you know. It's
Yeah, we
good to-
almost didn't miss, and you guys almost didn't hit.
Did we miss it all?
I don't think you missed a single turn. I mean,
I
I'd
don't
have to
remember
double
missing one.
check, but I don't think you missed any.
I don't
Like
think I
even when we
missed
had
either.
multi-shots or something like that, I don't think I missed a single thing.
But even still, you guys had some really good plays and stuff too. It wasn't all just
Oh no, that's the thing.
luck.
No, it's definitely not all luck. But
Yeah.
being the thing is, luck can't. Because we didn't miss, we tactically played and had a good game. But you guys tactically played and had not a bad game, but less of a good game.
Yeah.
But that again,
Right.
that doesn't diminish for me. Winning or losing doesn't diminish the fun.
Oh,
The degree of the imbalance can certainly impact a single play.
Yeah.
But overall, again, it's not that I don't like it competitive. It's just that, and I think competitive is again. This is my first time playing competitive, and I think I would do it again. But it's just a very different experience for me. I think I would save competitive for the people in my group who prefer competitive games as opposed to people in my group who
definitely.
like cooperative. I'm happy to do cooperative.
Yeah,
Well,
definitely.
one thing that's nice about this PvP is that you do have a team. Like it's a competitive game, but it's also collaborative with the people on your team, right? So you have
Yes.
both experiences, which is cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
At least,
I'm
us doing 2v2. Because you could do like our tournament where it was 1 versus 1, right?
well,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I like having a teammate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
And by the
definitely
way,
a lot better.
so this is your first play of the game, right?
Yeah,
And
first
you
ever.
backed it,
And
right?
I did back it, and I'm
And
glad. One of my concerns has been alleviated, which was that with just the 4 actions and 2 of them are throwouts, that you're sort of tactically eliminated. But I mean, just trying to track what everybody else can do. I was busy the whole time
Yep.
mentally, and I wasn't able to follow 70% of what was happening.
Yeah, there's a
Like
ton going on tactically, and also, and the 4 actions always seems initially limited, but because of how your team works, the structure of actually going back and forth, and it ends up being like 35-40% of your actions are, no, sorry, yeah, 30 to 45% of your actions are specials anyway, but all said done. Like it feels like you
right,
can kind of burn through them and then you're not going to do anything, but in reality, you'll take like, each character might take, let's say, 2 specials and then like 4 basic attacks the whole game.
Yeah.
right.
Obviously, depending by game, but yeah. Awesome. This is a blast. I'm glad you're on with it. I'm glad that it's still fun. And that's basically, yeah. I'm excited. I like it. I like this game a lot.
Awesome. Yeah, well, I'm glad
Yeah.
you could get a chance to come try out the PvP mode, and hopefully you find a group that would be interested in trying it out at your, own home too, of course. But not everyone always likes the competitive, right? They still want to feel
Yeah.
like they're always just on the team and playing against the game. But I feel like, so this game obviously was designed starting as a PvP game, right? And then they adapted it to include a campaign as well. So the game rules are, I'd say, slightly better for PvP than they are for the campaign, at least like balance wise. But
At least until
still,
Tanaris, right?
oh yeah, Tanaris is gonna definitely vastly increase it, and we've talked to Dragori about the characters who suffer in the campaign, because their abilities really aren't as useful, and they did say that they'd be addressing those items in the Tanaris adventures, so I expect it'll be a lot better.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm going to
Yeah.
head out, but
Yes.
this was a blast.
Thanks guys, thanks for attending, thanks for everyone
See
watching.
ya.
Yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for playing and thanks for putting it together, Flanks. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. If you guys have any other questions, make sure to drop them in the Discord. Check out my channel, subscribe, like, comment, all that fun stuff. We'll see you guys in the next one.